Welcome back to video reveal number 3, drama at the storage unit. I want to tell you the story about what happened as we were getting the stuff out of the storage unit and moving it to my minivan. I wanted to go there the first day just to go dig through the unit, look for the cool stuff, and take a few of those items back home. So as we were walking out, I noticed that there was a lady talking to the storage facility manager at the window. And we were walking from the elevator to my minivan where we were going to put some of the boxes. Well, the lady started looking very intently at the cart that we had and the stuff that we had on the cart. And right away I got a kind of an uneasy feeling about this. So as we're walking towards the minivan, the lady starts following us. And she says, "That's my stuff. You can't take my stuff." And the storage facility manager is following her, telling her, "You've got to get off the property. You're not allowed on the property. You're legally not supposed to be here." So it became this kind of touch and go situation where we're loading stuff into the car, and she pulled out an envelope that had her name on it, and she said, "Whose name is this?" talking to the storage manager, and she says, "That's your name, but you lost the stuff in the storage auction. It was a legal sale, a lien sale," and she says, "If you would have paid your rent or any of the rent, we would have allowed you a chance to get in there and take all the stuff. In fact," she said, "you only paid 1 month's rent, and you didn't pay any more money after that. And we even gave you an opportunity to come in and just bring a truck and take the stuff without paying us any of the back rent that you owed. We gave you that opportunity, and you still didn't take advantage of that, and therefore you lost the stuff." So it made me feel a little bit better because I was getting kind of nervous about the situation, and just kind of weird to be confronted with the situation. But knowing that they had given her so many opportunities and so many chances to come in and either make good on the rent, or if not, just take the stuff out and clean out the unit, that was, pretty compelling. And it's true with most storage facilities. They really don't want to go to an auction. That really is their last resort. What they want to do is they want to work with the tenant, they want to work with the person, make sure that somehow everything works out fine for them. But in some cases, like this was a very extreme case. I've actually never heard of a case like this where the person only paid the first month's rent and then stopped paying for months and months after that. In fact, this lady had lost another unit in July the same way. Only paid first month's rent and never paid any more. So it goes to show kind of the mentality of this person that either wasn't ever going to pay the rent or just didn't intend to. But anyway, the point, what happened was it escalated just a little bit. The lady started writing down my license plate number, my VIN number on my car. I thought it was kind of interesting and kind of threatening. And we closed up the car until we could settle this. What ended up happening is the storage facility manager called the police. Police came, 2 cop cars came, one with a male officer, one with a female officer, and they're starting to talk to her. But as they're starting to approach her, she's walking over to their police cars, and she's writing down their license number and their VIN number on the cop cars. And then she comes over and starts talking to them, and again, she had some kind of interesting, convoluted story about, the items in the unit were hers and they shouldn't be taken, and blah, blah, blah. I think she's just a little bit off mentally. That was kind of the conclusion that Daniel and I came to. But the bottom line is that the law says, once that stuff is yours through a lien sale, through a storage auction, it's your stuff, regardless. Now, yes, you can give back personal items, photographs, which we did, and we're going to do, and you can, do as much as you can in that regard. But as soon as you buy that storage unit, all that stuff is legally yours. So that's kind of how it ended up. The police ended up, they didn't escort her, they just kind of told her she had to be off the property. She went off to the street level of the property, and she stayed out there. We conducted our business and we left, and that was the end of that. But that was the drama at the storage facility. Now, one quick note for those of you who do storage auctions a lot like I do, is that this was not a secure facility. In other words, this was not a facility where I could go up to the gate, punch in a code, and go inside with my car. If it would have been that type of facility, we would have never seen the previous owner of the stuff, because she would have been locked out, she would have been outside and no way to get in. This was a less secure, kind of an older facility where a person could access the manager's window from the street. And in order to get our stuff, it was an interior unit, so in order to get our stuff from the interior unit to our car, we did have to go out into the parking lot of the property, which was publicly accessible. So in most cases, you're going to have a secure location. You're not going to have to deal with this kind of situation. But in some cases, you want to be aware that there will be that opportunity where that might happen. So when we came back the next day with the truck and we loaded the truck up, there was no issues. Everything went fine. And as you saw in the last video, some of the items that we found, those are just a few of the items that we found. We may come up with more, and if we do, I'll be doing a cool storage auction finds on that as well. So that's our drama at the storage unit video. If you want to hear more, you want to get more videos, be sure to subscribe in the button at the top, and I'll see you then.